New Jersey.
Politics next. For tomorrow will be an important day in the presidential race. There are two contests to watch. For Democrats, it's the Nevada caucuses, while the Republicans will be focused on the South Carolina primary. South Carolina's vote tomorrow will be an interesting test of the relative strength of socially conservative Christians. They are critical to Republicans, and they are at the core of Mike Huckabee's campaign. Many have come to South Carolina to support the former Arkansas governor. They're known as Huck's Army. And our Jake Tapper has spent some time with that army and joins us tonight from Rock Hill, South Carolina. Jake?
Good evening, Charlie. Well, an estimated 40% of the Republican voters in tomorrow's primary here will be evangelical. Mike Huckabee needs them to turn out for him. Luckily for him, what his campaign lacks in infrastructure, it makes up for in volunteers who believe they are pursuing a higher calling.
Vote for Mike!
Jesse Graston is a foot soldier in Huck's Army, one of at least 12,000 volunteers, many guided to former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee by their common evangelical faith.
What stood out to me was just basically his moral fiber. Not necessarily that he was an ex-pastor or anything, but where he stood on the issue of life.
With an underfunded campaign, Huckabee cannot spend his way to victory here in South Carolina, so he's relying upon the enthusiasm of these young volunteers.
That's what we need to do, is to amend the Constitution so it's in God's standards rather than try to change God's standards so it lines up with some contemporary view of how we treat each other and how we treat the family.
He's got convictions. We believe in that. Our heart is for that. He hears from God.
Huck's Army was formed on the internet by 19-year-old twins Alex and Brett Harris, motivational speakers, authors, and evangelicals.
We said, wow, this guy has common sense solutions to common problems. He's rock solid on some of our most important issues, life, marriage, taxes.
They claim Huck's Army soldiers across the nation have phoned 20,000 South Carolina Republicans to get out the vote. Other troops are staging a ground invasion. Victoria St. Gelais drove here from Florida to hold signs and knock on doors after getting the Huckabug.
Initially, it would have to be his Christian stance, because I am an evangelical Christian, as they say, but also his governance.
Thank you so much.
Brenda Brown came from North Carolina with her husband and their twin homeschooled sons.
I've never seen anything like it. I think that this is what makes his campaign so different, is that people like me who, I couldn't give a lot of money, but I can give a lot of time.
But time is running out for the governor. He needs a win here in this southern state, what his campaign calls home turf. Otherwise, he risks looking like a one-hit wonder. Charlie?
Jake Tapper reporting tonight from South Carolina.